So if your mom teaches you that you need to please her and to behave good in order to get her love, you learn that you have to be a yes sayer and a pleaser in order to be accepted.
As you mentioned with the Me Too movement, and there are other things which not all men are like that, but sometimes the normal men might also might get uncomfortable to come up, or they might feel insecure about being misjudged, or
yes,
being open to talk about
exactly.
anything. So what are your thoughts on that?
Exactly. So when it comes to that, it's really interesting because we don't only have the feminine and the masculine side, but we also have the light and the dark side in us. So the light side is really everything that has to do with consciousness and the higher states. And the dark side is our more primitive and more animalistic nature that we totally forget in today's world because we are so much in our head that we forget that we have an animal body, right? We are from the same source. Like there is something in us that is so, like if we sing old songs or if we do drums, like there is something that is so deep and so primitive. We totally forget this part, but it's so important because it gives us so much energy. There's so much value in that. And like these darker parts, like these other parts and just the rational, okay, I sit in front of a computer and I create something. Yeah, but this like this other part in you, and so for example, the thing you just said, the one who's always saying yes because he's afraid that he's not accepted, right? That is also called the nice guy syndrome. So that people try to be the nice guy and try to please people. And this is actually when your dark masculine has a lack, if you don't have enough of this dark masculine energy. And this is mostly because you suppress it. It's mostly a trauma response because you learned in your childhood that if you say yes to a lot of things, that if you please people, that then you get love. And especially nowadays, like in the Western countries, a lot of people grew up without a father, right? So they just have their mother. And so they kind of put on this masculine role in the family and try to please the mother because there's also, of course, always a trauma from the parents, right? So if your mom teaches you that you need to please her and to behave good in order to get her love, you learn that you have to be a yes sayer and a pleaser in order to be accepted. And this is like when we behave like this, we really overdo our boundaries all the time. And this is when we are not stepping into our full power because we don't even know what we really want. The only thing that we want is to be accepted and we please people, but this is manipulative, right? It's not our real self. So in order to get out of this loop of being a yes sayer and a pleaser, we have to get rooted in ourselves again and feel our dark masculine and feel our emotions and what we want and our anger as well. Because if we overstep our boundaries all the time, there's a lot of anger inside of us. So, and to really be true to that and to see it and to face that and to say no more times and to really feel like, is that what I need right now? Or do I just say yes because I want to be accepted? And to really brave enough to be not accepted for what you are and to trust the process that those people who love that about you will find you. Because that has much more value than to stay with people who you have to please all the time in order to get something. This is not what you want for your life, right?
Absolutely. So usually people buy things they don't want to impress people who they don't like. And
exactly. And so we stay in the loop, like we don't want a life like that. We want a true surrounding and people who love us for who we are and not because we please them, right? That is not the energy we want to be around.
Watch full podcast on Rocklaz.
Rocklaz Radio.
Rocklaz.
Rocklaz Radio with Tanmay, Shah.